ready to write my Christmas story. Now, before I begin writing this Christmas story, I kind of want to say something about it. This is not a story with deep meaning, profoundness, hidden morals. It's about a little girl and how she gets to spend the holidays in 2015. And I don't want you to feel like I'm trying to convey some deep meaning. This is not meant to be a classic or anything like this. This is just me having fun in my 2015 art journal using the supplies that Susan has sent me, this beautiful, beautiful book box. Oh, with all that said, that's the best way that I can express what I'm saying is just take this story as what one would say, light reading. Okay, I'm going to get busy writing it now. A Christmas Story from the Meri.Atelier, Chapter 1. A very, very nutty night before Thanksgiving supper. This Christmas story begins a few weeks before Christmas Day, 2015. In fact, it starts the exact day before Thanksgiving at the home of one very young lady in a cozy house that could be in any town or any city or any land in the whole wide world. The young lady's name is Macy. Her father calls her his little Macy lady. Now, Macy is 4, soon to be 5 years old. She knows for certain she will have another birthday any day now. Soon. In August, she thinks. But just how dreadfully far away is August? It seems like August is taking forever to come. But this is the week of Thanksgiving at Macy's house. So birthday presents that she will get on her birthday remain just birthday wishes for now. Macy knows for sure, her older brother told her, that Christmas comes just right after Thanksgiving. She may just get all her birthday wishes sooner if she was a very, very good girl. Well, Macy decided that she would be very, very good this year. She even helps her mother at mealtime, setting the table, and afterwards clearing away all those yucky dinner plates, a chore that Macy especially does not like because sometimes she spills the leftovers. But this week she's trying very, very hard to be the best ever yucky plate cleaner-upper. Yesterday, Macy went grocery shopping with her mother. She watched as Mommy filled their cart more than it ever was ever before as long as she could remember, and Macy could remember for a very long time. Their cart was loaded with flour and sugar sacks, 2 kinds of potatoes, nuts, onions, carrots, and celery, pudding in Jell-O boxes, round berries that Mother called cranberries, and all sorts of canned goods, eggs, butter, milk, cheese, frozen stuff, and a huge big turkey bird. That turkey bird was so big that they had to make it right in the bottom of the cart. And bananas, 2 big bunches of yellow bananas. Mommy, don't forget the peanut butter. Macy held out the biggest jar of crunchy peanut butter that she could find. Put that back, Macy. We have a jar of peanut butter at home. Oh, no, we don't. We ate it up. Remember? You threw the jar in the trash. Now, Macy really wanted that empty jar, but Mother threw it away so fast. Whatever do you want with a jar that does not have peanut butter in it anymore anyway? Well, Macy had an idea, but she was not quite ready to explain her idea yet. I must pause the telling of this story to tell you that Macy just loved eating crunchy peanut butter and jelly sandwiches, especially when they were made with her grandmother's homemade baked bread. Macy's daddy once told her that if she ate too many peanut butter and jelly sandwiches, well, then Macy would soon turn into a little peanut shell girl with a grape for a nose. Now, Macy wondered how many was too many, so she would always take just one more bite, just to see if it would happen. Not yet, she thought, so she could have just one more. Oh, I'm exhausted, sighed Macy's mother the day before Thanksgiving. I have been cleaning and cooking all day long. I just can't possibly make our night before Thanksgiving supper. Daddy will be home soon, and Granny is coming tonight. Oh, what will we do? We may just well starve. Well, Macy was not quite too sure what it meant to starve, but it didn't sound very fun. She thought a little about it, and then, wanting to add something to her "I'm being a good little girl" list, she had an idea. "Mommy, I will cook supper for all of us tonight. We cannot miss our night before Thanksgiving supper, and I don't want to see us starve." "Oh, Macy, you're too little." "Please," Macy begged. "I am not too little to help you set the table, and clearing away those yucky dinner plates when we're all finished. Please." "You are tired, Mommy. I think you need to go sleep." Now, I need to pause again the telling of this story just to let you know what a curious little girl Macy is, even at the age of 4, soon to be 5. Macy always is finding little treasures in her yard, at the park, and sometimes at the store parking lots when she's shopping with her mother and her grandmother, even though they say to her, "Macy, put those nasty things down." Macy had a growing collection of pretty rocks, and she also had a growing pile of pennies. At least she thought they were pennies, but she didn't know exactly how many she had. Well, Macy remembered her daddy would always say a penny found was a penny earned. And Macy seemed to have the best luck in finding pennies. She had so many pennies, she no longer had a good place to hide them from her brother, and she had been finding them for a very long time, it seemed. Now, Macy's mother was just a little curious about what Macy would make for their night before Thanksgiving supper. And besides, she was really very tired. And so, yes, she finally agreed that Macy could cook their night before Thanksgiving supper. But only if you promise to ask me for help with the big things, and don't turn on that big stove. "Oh, Mommy, that's okay. I don't need the big stove. I know how to cook, just like you." So, around 4:30 in the afternoon, the night before Thanksgiving, Mother reminded Macy that it was time to start their supper, and just then the doorbell rang. Granny was here, and as Mother went to answer it, Macy ran to the kitchen to cook their night before Thanksgiving supper. "Need any help?" Mother called her from the chair in the living room where she sat so she could keep a watchful eye on Macy in her kitchen. Well, Macy had set the table and pulled out 3 red candles from the buffet drawer. They were there for special meals, like the night before Thanksgiving supper. Macy would have to settle for everyday plates. Since she had always set the table, she knew exactly where they were and how to set them on the table. Macy thought that they needed more pretty placemats under the plates, so she ran to her room and pulled out her box of colors and some white paper that Granny had given her. 1, 2, 3, 4. She had exactly enough. One for Daddy, Mommy, Granny, and Macy. Macy's brother was not there that night because he was staying over at his friend's for a sleepover. Macy remembered how Granny had showed her how to trace her hands to make Thanksgiving turkeys on the papers. So she hurried to draw and color the 4 placemats with Thanksgiving turkeys. There, all done. And Daddy can light the candles when he comes home. It's going to be so pretty. "How is supper coming, Macy?" Mother called from her chair. "It's 5:30 and Daddy will be home soon. Are you sure you don't need any help?" "No, Mommy. It will all be cooked when Daddy comes home. You and Granny keep talking and don't come in here yet." Well, Macy had been having so much fun coloring those Thanksgiving turkeys on the new placemats, she'd completely forgot about cooking the food for the night before Thanksgiving supper, and she was getting just a little bit tired. But Macy knew just exactly what she must do next. Good thing Macy helped Mother cook this many times. The hardest part would be cutting that big loaf of bread that Granny made. Oh, yummy. Macy was sure that she could make slices just like what she watched Granny, and she did. Well, except for the only cutting knife that Macy was allowed to use was a dull table knife, and it didn't cut very good at all. The bread was torn in so many places, Macy decided it would do. Macy so wanted to use that grown-up knife. She would not dare, because if Mother found out, it would mean that Macy would have to erase something from her "I'm a good girl" list, and that wouldn't do at all. They would just have to eat torn bread slices, pinched together a little bit here and there. Then Macy reached for that new jar of crunchy peanut butter. It was a jumbo jar, meant to last at least to the end of the year. Macy found the grape jelly and that dull table knife. Macy found that it cut the banana slices quite nice. Maisie piled on as much crunchy peanut butter on those slightly torn slices of bread, spread carefully with spoonfuls of delicious grape jelly. She had to settle for stacking the banana slices in a cereal bowl, as they just would not fit in the sandwiches piled high with crunchy peanut butter and delicious grape jelly. Maisie put all the sandwiches, 3 for everyone, on her mother's big dinner plate. She was not exactly sure just how many in all she had made. The plate was stacked very high. "We will not starve tonight," Maisie called from the kitchen. Just then she heard the back door open, and there was Daddy, running to meet him and giving a big hug, and whispered in his ear, "Daddy, our night before Thanksgiving supper is almost cooked. Will you light up the 3 pretty red candles that I set on the dining room table?" "Maisie cooked our night before Thanksgiving supper all by herself," Granny proudly called from the living room. "Okay, it's all cooked and ready," Maisie said from the kitchen. "You go wash your hands and find your places at the table now." Everyone found their chairs at the table, lit by 3 red candles. "We need to pray and thank God first." So Daddy said a thank you prayer for Maisie cooking their night before Thanksgiving supper. "Oh my," declared Granny, "just look at these fancy turkey placemats. Maisie, did you make these all by yourself?" "Everything is so pretty, Maisie," said Mother. "The candles make it look so Christmassy." "Let's eat," said Daddy. "I'm starving." "Daddy, I will not let you starve," cried Maisie, as she carried out the dinner plate stacked high with crunchy peanut butter sandwiches made with grape jelly and torn slices of her granny's homemade baked bread. 3 for everyone. Then Maisie ran to the kitchen for the cereal bowl of banana slices cut with the dull table knife. She almost forgot them. Well, on that night before Thanksgiving, Maisie, Mother, Daddy, and Granny, older brother was at a sleepover, feasted on a delicious night before Thanksgiving supper, the first one ever Maisie cooked all by herself. "I can't possibly eat another bite," declared Mother after her second sandwich. "I am stuffed like a turkey," she moaned. "Maisie, you made very pretty placemats for us. Would you mind if I took one home with me?" asked Granny. "I wonder how I'm going to have room in my tummy for turkey dinner tomorrow," asked Daddy as he downed his 3rd crunchy peanut butter sandwich and Mother's last one. "I know," said Granny. "Let's declare this our Thanksgiving night before supper tradition. Maisie can cook for us every year from now on." Daddy sighed. Mother moaned. "Maisie, would you clear away all those yucky dinner plates now?"